Hey, Faith Family folks. For those of you that I've not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Dr. Terry Nelson Johnson, and I am so excited that I have the opportunity to participate in this pilgrimage with you. Adventures in Grace, a pilgrimage. And just to let you know how excited I am, I brought my pom-pom, and I think we're going to have quite a time of it. So let me just briefly introduce you to this first part of our pilgrimage. And the easiest way I can do it is to say this, or ask you a question. And the question is this: okay, do you guys think that everything is an accident or a gift? You might want to pause this little tape and talk amongst yourselves. Is this whole thing an accident or a gift? And when I say whole thing, I mean like the whole thing. The easiest way, I'll let you know like my answer to that question, which is, I think the whole thing is a gift. And I think if we took that notion seriously, that idea seriously, that the whole thing is a gift, our life would like change so significantly. So, here's the one example that just keeps coming back to me, and the example has to do with our heart. There's this guy named Brian Doyle, and he writes about all different kind of things, and he wrote this little thing about the heart. And in it, he says that each of our hearts weighs about 11 ounces. You guys should go figure something out. Go get a 1 pound thing, like a 1 pound can of something, and then figure out your heart, my heart, our hearts weigh about 11 ounces. They beat, approximately 100,000 times a day. Can you imagine, like, counting to 100,000 times a day? Our hearts do that. We're not even aware of it. And then he says that our hearts, the 11-ounce heart, shoves 2,000 gallons of blood over the course of 60,000 miles of veins, capillaries, and arteries. You guys, in each of our bodies, there's like 60,000 miles of veins, capillaries, and arteries. Like who knew? And then he says, after the blood goes on one of its little marathons, it comes back to the heart and it's tired. Like, well, of course, it just like ran a marathon. And then the blood sort of crashes into one side of the wall, it wakes it up, goes into another chamber of the heart, and it receives more oxygen so it can go out on its next trip. You guys, what if each of our hearts is a gift? And then, of course, eyesight and the capacity to hear and to smell and, soccer and music and computers and laughter and art. Oh, and on and on and on and on and on. And so I brought this gift bag, and I want to do a little trick. Here's the trick. It's empty. You know what I'm saying? It's empty. But what if it's full too? And what if the name that we use in our Catholic tradition for the gift of everything is grace? Grace. We're going to sing a song during our year together, and the title of the song is Everything is Grace. There's a poet, and his name is David White, and he has this beautiful line. He says, "We become what we pay attention to." And what we're hoping to do on our pilgrimage, on our adventure, is to pay attention to grace and look for it every place, every place. Minivans, soccer fields, living rooms, classrooms, stages, laboratories, you name it. And so I'm gonna just celebrate all of us going on an adventure in grace and look for God's presence every place. Amen.